Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make this super fun scarf. It features these textured half moon pattern that is so much fun to work with, and the texture is amazing. It will require a little bit of patience, but I think the pattern is so worth it. This scarf is about 4.5 inches wide, which is about 11 centimeters wide. And lengthwise, we are talking about 46 inches, which is equivalent to about 117 centimeters. I use the Skinny Singles by Hedgehog Fibers. This is a fingering yarn. It's gorgeous and feels so beautiful. You get 100 gram per skein. It's equivalent to 366 meters. Fingering weight yarn is one of the lighter weights of yarn, slightly thicker than lace weight, but thinner than sports weight. For this specific scarf, I use a 2.5 millimeter hook. For the purpose of the tutorial, I'll be using a thicker yarn, so it is a little bit easier for you to see. I'm going to be using a 3.5 millimeter hook, and we're going to do a small little swatch. For this pattern, you want to cast on in multiples of 3, and you're going to add 2 more for the beginning stitch and the end stitch. So multiple of 3 plus 2. I'm going to do a little swatch today, so I'm going to cast on 9 stitches, and then I'm going to add 2 more for the edges. So I have a total of 11 stitches right now. Our first row is going to be a single crochet all the way through, so I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to single crochet my first row. Once you're done with your first row, you should have exactly the same number of single crochets as you cast on, so you should have 11 single crochets in this little swatch. Now for my scarf that I made, I had 10 little half moon bobbles, so 10 times 3 equals 30 stitches, plus I have a stitch in the beginning and in the end for the edge stitch, so that makes it 32. And I marked my first stitch here with a stitch marker. I always like to mark my first and my last stitch, so this way I don't accidentally lose a stitch. To get started with our pattern, so in row 2, we're going to start off with chain 3. Then we're going to turn our work, and what we're going to do is we're going to put 10 loops on our hook. So to do that, I like to hold my yarn like this. You hold it however you want it, or whatever is comfortable for you, but I usually put the yarn around my middle finger and then around my index finger, and then the yarn is kind of like looped, right? So I loop the yarn and I put the loop around my hook, and then I pull it tight, not too tight. So that's 1. You're going to do that a total of 10 times. So that was 1 loop, 2 loop, 3 loop, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have your chain, your first chain, and then you have 10 loops. So you should have a total of 11 loops on your hook right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to skip 2 stitches. So you're going to skip this, and you're going to insert your hook into the third stitch. So here's my third stitch. I'm going to pull the yarn, and now you have 12 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all loops except for the last one. So I like to hold it with my finger nice and tight. So you're going to yarn over and pull through all loops except for the last one. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through the remaining loop. So now you have this cute half moon shape. And now what we're going to do is we're going to work 2 double crochets with our hook going through here, and we're going to work them into the 2 stitches that we skipped. So we're going to yarn over, put it through this loop here that's holding together all of the loops. Put it through here, you go underneath it, and here's your first skipped stitch. You're gonna insert it there. That's what it looks like on the back. And you're gonna pull your yarn. You should have 3 loops on your hook now, and just like a normal double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That was the first one. You're going to do the same thing again. Yarn over, put your hook through the half moon and go underneath, and now you're going to go into the second stitch that we skipped. That's the one that we just inserted. We're going to yarn over, pull through. Now you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2. You have 2 loops. Yarn over, pull you through 3 loops. And that was your first pattern. And that you will do all the way across until the last stitch. So from here, we're going to do 10 loops around our hook again. So I'm twisting the yarn. So here's 1 loop, 2 loop, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 loops. Then you're gonna skip 2, 1, 2, and you're gonna insert your hook into the third one, which is right here. Pull your yarn, and now you're gonna yarn over and pull through every loop except for that first one. So hold on to all of your loops with your left thumb. This one might take a little bit of practice. Go all the way through, and then you have 2 loops. You yarn over and pull through 2, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the stitches that we skipped. So yarn over, go into the loop that's holding all the other loops, and here is our first skip stitch, and complete your double crochet. And then we're going to do another double crochet going into the loop. Double crochet. We're going to go into the second skip stitch, pull your yarn, and complete your double crochet as usual. So here you have 2 of the pattern, and you continue that all the way. So I have one more repeat for you guys to follow along. So I'm going to do my 10 loops. I'm going to skip 2, 1, 2. I'm going to insert my hook into the 3rd stitch. Okay, so we did 3 of the repeats and we are down to our last stitch, which I did mark with the stitch marker. I'm gonna go ahead and remove my stitch marker, and we're gonna do a double crochet. So at the beginning we did a chain 3, which counts as the double crochet, and here at the last stitch we do a regular double crochet. So first row was single crochet all the way, second row was our pattern, and then for row 3, 4, and 5 we're gonna do just a single crochet. So I'm gonna chain 1, turn my work, and I'm gonna single crochet all the way. Now you'll see that the stitches in this row are going to be a little bit uneven. That's just because of the pattern, so that's totally normal, but you should have 11 single crochets. So that was row number 3. That's just a single crochet all the way around, and chain 1, turn your work, and single crochet all the way as well, just like the previous row. So single crochet all the way this row, and then single crochet back, and then I'll meet you back here to do another round of this pattern. So I single crocheted my way all the way back. So let's go ahead and do another row of the pattern repeat, and then this way you know where to go from here. So I started out this row with chain 3, which is going to count as the first double crochet into your first stitch. And to start the pattern, we're going to do 10 loops around your crochet hook again. So I twist my yarn, 1, so I don't do it too tight, otherwise it's hard to get the hook through, but do it evenly so you have nice tension. So that was the first double crochet to go behind the half moon shape, and this is the second one. Go through here and then insert your hook into the second skipped stitch. And that's your pattern. I'm going to do it 2 more times, so follow along. I'm at the end of the row again, and here's my last stitch, and I'm just gonna double crochet into the last stitch. And that is your pattern for this beautiful scarf. I think you can do a lot with this pattern. Leave me a comment on what you think you would also use this pattern for. But if you want to do a scarf like this, cast on 32 stitches. You're going to have 10 little half moons and just single crochets in between. So have fun with this one. If you appreciate my efforts for this scarf, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel would be awesome. Thank you.